In this video, we will talk about that how can we convert a fraction into a decimal and how can we convert a decimal into a fraction. So let's start from our first example. For example, I am having a fraction 3 upon 10. So it is very easy to change into a decimal because in the denominator we are having 10. It is always very easy for us to change any fraction into a decimal with the denominator 10, 100, 1000 or so on. So let's look at this first example here, 3 upon 10. For this one, I will just write this 3 as a whole number here, 3, and as this is a whole number, there is no decimal point. So it means that the decimal point is present at the end of the whole number, like this, 3.0. Now, in the denominator, we are having 10, and in this 10, we have only 1 0. So it means that my decimal will shift backward in only one step. So it is taking only one step backward. Now my decimal will shift before 3. So in order to make this decimal visible, I will write 0 in front of this decimal, so it will become 0.3. So 3 upon 10 is equal to 0.3. So both of them are equivalent to each other. The fraction is equivalent to 0.3 as a decimal, and the same goes for the decimal. Now let's take another example. For example, I am having 4 upon 100. As there is no decimal point, so I will just put my decimal at the end of the whole number like point and in this 0 in order to make my point visible, a decimal point visible. Decimal point will shift backward and it will take 2 steps. So my first step and my second step. So my decimal point is right here. But this spot is empty. I will fill this spot with a 0. Now my decimal will looks like this, 0.04. 0.04. So in order to make this decimal visible, I will just put a 0 here to make it like 0.04. So 4 upon 100 is equivalent to a decimal 0.04. Now these are the simplest one. Why? Because in the denominator, we are having either 10 or 100. But if the condition changes, for example, we are having a number like 3 upon 4. This is a fraction. 3 upon 4. Now our denominator is 4. It is not 10, not 100. So what we have to do, we will change our fraction denominator into either 10 or 100, which is more close to 4. So either we will change this 4 into 10 or change this 4 into 100. So it is not possible for 4 to change into 10 because 4 2 times is 8. Okay, so it is not possible for us. We can change our 4 into 100 like multiplying by 25. So 425 times is 100. So 4 times 25 is equal to 100. So it is possible. So we will multiply our denominator with 25. So the same number is going to multiply with the numerator as well. So 425 times is 100 and 325 times is 75. Now it is easy for us to change it into a decimal. Write 75 over here. There is no decimal point with this whole number, so it means that my decimal point is present at the end like this. Now it is 100, it has 2 zeros, so my decimal point will shift backward in 2 steps. So this is my first step, this is my second step. So the new decimal will be here. So my decimal number will become 0.75. So this 3 upon 4 is equal to 0.75. So we can also say that 3 upon 4, which is a fraction, is equivalent to 0.75. Now let's move to the question from your book. Okay, this one. Complete the statement of equivalences. So let's look at the first one. It is 0.4. So it is easy for us. Just take the 0.4. In the place of this decimal, we will write 1 in the denominator. And after this decimal point, there is only one digit. So in the place of this one digit, I will put 0. So at the top, it will be 4. So it is 4 upon 10. So 10 is a denominator and obviously the 4 will be the numerator. Let's move to the B1. It is 0.5. Let's take it separately. 0.5. Change it into a fraction because we have to change it into a fraction. So it will be 5 upon. In the place of decimal, I will put 1. And after that, there is only one digit. So I will put 1 0. So it is 5 upon 10. So if you just look here, it is 5 upon 10. Is this 5? No, obviously not. So what you are going to do, you will divide this 5 by 5 and this 10 by 5 again. So 5 times is, if we divide 5 by 5, so 5 one times is 5. And if you divide 10 by 5, so 5 two times is 10. Now this 1 upon 2 is obviously fitting here. So 1 is present in the numerator, so you will put your 2 here. So your value, your fraction will be completed. 1 upon 2 is equal to 0.5. Now let's move to the C part. It is 0.25. Now you have to again change a decimal into a fraction as you have done before. So 0.25, take it separately. Change into a fraction. You will write your 25 at the top. In the place of this decimal, you will put 1. And there are 2 digits after that. So you will put 100. So it is 2500. Now, if you just look here, it is 4, not 100. So how can you change your 100 into 4? So basically, in the previous slide, I have told you that when you multiply 4 by 25, you will get 100. So if you divide this 100 by 25, you will get 4, the reverse thing here. So you will do the same thing, 25 upon 100. Divide both of these values, the numerator and denominator, by 25. So you will get at the end 25 one times is 25 and 25 4 times is 100. So this 4 is matching here with the denominator. So obviously the numerator will be 1. Now let's move to the D part. This D part, this is pretty easy. This is 0.9. 9 is already written here. In the place of this decimal, you will put 1. And after that, there is only one digit, so you will put 0. This is simple. Now E part, 3 upon 4. You know that when your denominator is not 10, 100, 1000 or 10,000, it cannot be changed into a decimal easily. So you have to convert your 4 into either 10 or 100. You cannot change your 4 into 10, so it is easy for you to change your 4 into 100. So let's do the same. That 3 25 times and 4 25 times. So you will get at the end that 75 upon 100. Now change it into a decimal. So 75 you will write as it is, and it will become, there are 2 zeros, so 0.75. 0.75 is the answer. I hope that the next questions are pretty easy for you. You can do it by yourself. Let's move to the next one. Okay, question number 2 is, write the decimal number and the fraction represented by each diagram. So you know that what is a fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole. And when you have to write a fraction, you will write the shaded part divided by the total parts. So the shaded part for the first diagram, it is 3. 3 are shaded, 1, 2, and 3 are shaded, and the total parts are 4. So 3 upon 4. Here in the first column, you're changing all of them into the fractions. So the next one, change it into a fraction. Let's see how many are shaded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 are shaded out of 10 parts. Let's move to the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 are shaded out of 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 parts again. Now in the next block, we have to change these fractions into a decimal. Now you know that 4 cannot be changed into a decimal. 3 upon 4, it cannot be changed into a decimal. We must have to convert the denominator into 100. So multiplied by 25 like we did before, it will become 75 upon 100, and this 75 upon 100 can easily be changed into an equivalent decimal of this fraction. So it will become 0.75. Okay, next one is 9 upon 10, pretty easy, 0.9. And the last one, just write 5 and 0.5. Why? Because it is 10. In the place of this one, you will put a decimal. There is only one zero, so it means that only one digit after that. So it will become 0.5. Now let's move to the next one. Okay, in this one, you are looking at the shape in which 100 small squares are present. So how you will count all of them? You will not count them like 1, 2, 3. It is pretty difficult for you. So you will just write that these are 10 altogether. If you add the next 10, it will become 20, the next 10, 30, next 10, 40, next 10, 50, then 60, then 70. Then you will count yours. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 70 plus 5, it will become 75. 75 upon total parts are 100. So shaded part are 75 and total are 100. You can easily change into a decimal just by writing 75, and in the place of 1 you will put a decimal, and after that there are two zeros, so these two digits for these two zeros, so 0.75. The next one, it is 10 and 20. So altogether they will become 20, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it will become 25 upon 100 again. So it will be changed into 0.25. The last one is only 1, 2, and 3. So the fraction will become 3 shaded part out of total 100 parts. Now for this one, you will write your 3 as a whole number, and if there is no decimal point, you will put it at the end. Now there are two zeros. It means that this decimal has to take two jumps backward. So it is one jump, this is a second jump. The decimal point will shift here, and this place is empty. So we will fill this place, empty place, with 0. So it will become 0.03. Okay, so the last one will be omitted. So it will become 0.03. And in order to make this point visible, I will just put another 0. 0.03 is the equivalent decimal of 3 upon 100. Okay, question number 3. They say that put the fraction and decimal in each set in order from smallest to the largest. So you can see in each A, B, and C, you will see the mixture of a decimal and a fraction. So what you are going to do here, you will either change all the decimals into the fraction or all the fractions into the decimal. So I will prefer the second one, that I will change my fractions into the decimal. So let's see, I'm going to write it here, 1 upon 4. How can I change it into a fraction? 4, 25 times. I will multiply it by 25. So my numerator is also going to multiply with 25. So it will become 25 upon 100. So 0.25. I will just put it here, 0.25. This 1 upon 4 is equal to 0.25. Now 1 upon 2, it is very easy for me that the 1 upon 2 multiplied by 5 with the numerator and denominator, you will get 5 upon 10, and the decimal is 0.5. So it will be equal to 0.5. Now in order to arrange from smallest to the largest, what you have to do, you have to draw a number line. Let me draw a number line for you. I guess it is fine. So as it is starting from 0.1, so I will just start my number line from 0.1. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and 0.5, the last one, because the smallest one here is 0.1 and the largest one is 0.5. So now I will put all of my things over here at the top, all of my fractions and the decimal on this number line. So the smallest one is 0.1. I will just write here 0.1. Then becomes 0.25. So it must be right here in the middle of 0.2 and 0.3. So it will become 0.25. And its fraction is 1 upon 4. The third one, this one is done. This one is done. The next one will become 0.3. So I will just write my 0.3 right over here. And the last one is 0.5, which is 1 upon 2. Now I will write all of my fractions and decimals in order from smallest to the largest. So the smallest one is 0.1, is the smallest one. Then comes 1 upon 4. After 1.4, you will put the next one in the sequence, which is 0.3, and the last one, which is 0.5, equivalent to 1 upon 2. So this is how you will do the rest of your questions. The next one is that write the decimal equivalent of each mixed number. To change the mixed number into a decimal, it is very easy. For example, let's take the first one, a part 2 whole 3 upon 4. So this 2 will be written, this 2 is a whole number here, 2 whole 3 upon 4. Mixed number is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction. So you will write that 2 whole 3 upon 4. This 2 will be written as it is, that 2 plus. This 3 upon 4 will change into a decimal. 3 upon 4, we will change it into a decimal. So 3 upon 4 will be equal to 0.75, like we did before in the previous slide. So 0.75. When you add them together, you will get 2.75. So this mixed number 2 whole 3 upon 4 will be equal to 2.75. Now just like this, I will do the next one, the B part. It is 3 whole 1 upon 2. So 3 will be written as it is 3 plus. Now 1 upon 2. What you will do about 1 upon 2? Change it into a decimal. So this 2 can change easily. It change into a 10. Can be changed into a 10, which we will do it by multiplying by 5, and 1 will be multiplied by 5. So 5 upon 10 is equal to 0. 5 will be equal to 3.5 at the end. So 3 whole 1 upon 2 will be equal to 3 upon 5. Now the next C part, it is 7 whole 25 upon 100. So 7 will be written as it is, and 25 upon 100 we can change it into a decimal. So it will be changed into 0.25 is equal to 7.25. Now all of the questions are similar. Let me help you with the E part. Now 9 whole 7 upon 10. So I will just write that 9 whole 7 upon 10. 9 will be written as it is, that 9 plus, as it is a whole number. 7 upon 10, how can you change it into it? 7 upon 10, it will be changed to 0.7. 0.7. So it will be, when we add them together, we will get 9.7. So it will become 9.7. Let's do the G part. Now, it will be equal to 15 plus. What 9 upon 100 will be equal to? A decimal. So what is the equivalent decimal of 9 upon 100? It will be 0.09. So you will add 0.09 with it and you will get 15.09. So 15 whole 9 upon 100 is equal to 15.09. The last one is similar to that part. Now, all of the questions, you can do it by yourself. Let's move to the next one. These are pretty easy. This one. Use the fraction strips to help you find the non-unit fractions. Non-unit fractions. Find the value of one part, then multiply to find the value of the parts required. Now in this one, what you have to do, you have to find 3 upon 4 of 80. This of means that multiply. So basically they told you to find 3 upon 4. I have told you 3 is the parts and 4 are the total. Okay, in a fraction, 3 are the parts, either they are shaded or the required parts, and 4 are the total parts in a whole which has been divided into a fractions. So what you have to do, first you have to find the value of one part. In order to find this one, you have to find the value of this one part. So what you will do, 1 upon 4 multiplied by 80. So there is nothing in the denominator, you will put 1. So 4 is multiplying by 1 and 1 is multiplying by 80. You will get that 80 upon 4. Now simply cut them. 4 1 times 4, 4 2 times 8 and 0. So it will become 20. So one part of this fraction wall here, it will be equal to 20. Now The one part, if one part is equal to 20, how many parts you have to find? You have to find 3 parts in total. So multiply this 20 by 3, you will get 60. You can also find it out here. If one part is 20, the second part is also 20, the third is also 20, and you have to find out only these 3 parts, just add them together. When you add them together, you will get 60. Now let's do the second one. You have to find the 2 parts here. Means these 2 parts you have to find here. In order to find out the 2 parts, find the value of the one part. So how can you find out the value of the one part? You will multiply 1 upon 5 by the total whole, which is 45. So it will become 45 upon 5. And when you just do it, 5 1 times is 5 and 5 9 times is 45. So it is 9. The one part is equal to 9. So the one part is equal to 9. Multiplied by how many parts you have to find out? You have to find out the 2 parts out of 5. So multiply this 9 by 2. So 9 2 times is 18. So the 2 upon 5 of 45 is equal to 18. You can also find it out here, check it out here, that 2 parts, when you add them together, you will get 18 as an answer. Now this is the same thing like you have done in the previous one, so you can do it by yourself. Now look at this one, work out these non-unit fractions. These are non-unit fraction. What about the unit fraction? A unit fraction. A unit fraction is one in which the numerator is always 1. The denominator can be any number, but the numerator will always be 1. 1 upon 2, 1 upon 6, 1 upon 9, 1 upon 100, but the numerator must always be equal to 1. Now let's do the A part here. It is 2 upon 3. Just write 2 upon 3. This off means multiply. So it is multiplied by 45. Now 45, it has nothing in the denominator. So I will just put 1 in the denominator. If nothing, then 1. So this one is going to multiply with 3. And this 2 is going to multiply with 45. So 245 times is 5 2 times is 10. 2 4 times is 8 and 9. So it will be 90 and it is 3. So you will get that 90 upon 3 here. Now you can either divide both of these numbers by 3 or simply cut them. You will get 30 as your answer. Like 3 1 times is 3 and 3 3 times is 9 plus with 0. So it will become 30. Next one is 4 upon 5 multiplied by 45. The same situation you will do. 445 times is 180. 180 upon 5. So let's cut them. 5 1 times is 5. 5 3 times is 15. 16, 17, 18. It is 30. So 6 times is, 5 times is 30. 6 times is 36. 5 times is 30. So you will get 35 over here. 35. Last one. It will be 7 upon 8 multiplied by 64. Now do the same procedure. 764 times, it will be 448 divided by 8. Now cut it with this one. 8 1 times is 8. 8 5 times is 40. 8 6 times is 48. So it will be equal to 56. Now let's move to this question. Find the cost of these items after the discount money off. The first one has been done for you. So the discount is the money off and the discount has been given to you in a fraction. Okay, non-unit fraction. So you have to find out the discount money, that how much discount they have given to you. And after that, you have to find out the sale price. The first one is done for you. Let's do the second one. So, handheld games console. Its price is $550. and the offer is 3 upon 5 off here. Okay, 3 upon 5 is off. So what is the discount or the money off here? So what you will do, you will find out the first one, that if one part out of 5, that how much money is one part off? So 1 upon 5 of total amount $550. So it will be, and you will get that $110. Now you have to find out the 3 parts out of 5. So you will do that 3 parts out of 5 multiplied by $550 will be equal to, okay, you have find it out this one, that if one part is equal to, one part money is equal to 110, so the 3 parts money will be equal to $330. Now this is the money that has been discounted. They have given us a discount of $330 out of $550. So how much money we have to pay? What is the sale price? You will take the total money minus money off, okay, or discount. So total money is $550 minus the discount is $330. So your answer will be $220. So this is the money, this is the sale price, this is the money that you have to pay in order to buy this handheld games console. So the next questions are the similar, the same table is continuing. So I hope so you can do it by yourself. Okay, bye-bye.